lanes, you know, just really want to get those matchups. King.
30
Waiting on the side here, 33.
It's gonna find who?
They've got a spin on Jug, so it's always really scary.
Oh,
for
33 might walk into a stun.
Found.
He is Aramis. He's got the setup. They'll run this down with the Blade Fury. First blood for Boom.
First blood.
I feel like that's an important first blood to secure on Boom as well. I've been looking at, I was actually clicking between the two heroes. Look at the base damage, you know, but Void Spirit got a 2 base damage nerf. Look at Void Spirit's base damage, look at Mars. Now with his items, he's gonna actually have, he's gonna have a base damage advantage if he brings out the null. Treant going in, are they gonna snipe couriers? Dude, look at this Treant in the Viking base. Look at this Treant in the Viking base. It's getting the CM courier.
Oh my
God,
goodness.
are you kidding
Is
me?
it getting another? Oh, they've realized. I mean, it's timed out anyway, but it actually got one. All
he
right.
walked it into the tier 3 top. I saw it walking and I was like, no one's paying attention to this. And all right, no one paid attention to it. And now we watch the fun of lane swapping. Timbersaw doesn't want to match his Ursa, has to run top, even skills Timber Chain to get there faster. Both teams saving TPs so that they can swap lanes when the lane swaps of the swaps happen. And we have Aramis versus Fata bottom for a moment.
Okay.
The matchups we see, Kezu getting himself up top versus the Prophet. He's happy. And I'm going to be staring at mid matchup because I'm really curious to see how this one's going to end up being. The 2 of the newer heroes added in Dota, toe-to-toe. It was pretty decent for the Mars, but we've seen Void Spirit just never do that, so.
I mean, yeah, we'll see. Yeah, I feel like, I mean, I don't know, I think it's going to be very even, but right.
It's going to be.
Between the Rebuke and the Pulse, they play similar.
There's going to be some fun outplays.
Oh, like this.
Towers.
Hang on.
There's some Aether Remps into towers, too. Potential. Top isn't even a lane. That's being just creep pulling, creep manipulation all across the board. Kezu's going to be cutting. Kezu's going to be... Treant's Biver's going to be manipulating. And there we go. So the swap is going to happen. Skiter's a little bit under too much pressure from this tri-lane. He's going to set himself up top. Probably going to see the swap from 33. And the beauty of having Nature's Prophet, he can save his TP depending on the situation.
Be more efficient by Tundra.
And Viking has to be sure they maximize. Again, they're running the aggro tri-lane. It's a little weirder when you're playing on the dire side. A little harder to actually walk into the triangle area and block the camps. So yeah, they got to just make sure to maximize their experience on there, and we're just going to keep seeing these lane swapping happen. Yes, I wonder what Kezu's looking to do. Is he going to move away from the Ursa? Because Ursa's cooldown. Right now, he's sticking up here.
I wants to look around at least for this wave. I mean, maybe he'll sort of play it for a little, see how bad it feels.
Mostly staring at mid. Super even. Both players are literally just doing exactly what we thought, trying to pull each other under towers and just nuking the wave. Pretty much dead even.
I think that's expected.
Yeah.
I feel like if any hero was going to have the edge, I kind of feel that Mars. I just the Rebuke's just a bit more threatening. You know, sort of his skill set allows for us to use those sort of cheeky plays. Like I feel like if anyone was going to outplay one or the other, it'd be easier for the Mars to do, but they're still very, very close.
They're just a bit different, right? Because it's also like when 6 happens, it's a completely different style where Boom is very mobile.
Oh, sure.
Park himself longer cooldown. So it's just their laning is exactly even. It's actually fun. These new heroes.
I feel like when the 6 is there, it's more kill potential for the Void Spirit.
Yeah. Void Spirit can probably set up alone, while Mars will more than likely need a +1. It
depends on the builds though as well. Maybe if you see Mars like pick up the races, you know, then it gets to a point where he's not necessarily really versatile.
Yeah, Power Rune might be the big decider, right? We're gonna have to see who ends up getting that one. It's 20 seconds. We'll be seeing the setup, and the lanes have stuck. So we did see the Timbersaw. He continues staying top, even though it's versus Ursa. It isn't his safe place, so it makes it a little easier. As Skiter, they're actually looking to get aggressive on him. 2 points in Timber Chain, but he should just be a look away. All right, Runes. He's gonna actually check. They're actually checking on Tundra. This is gonna be tough for Viking.
Oh, I said this.
It's still a refill. Doesn't matter.
It is. That's true. That's true. Man, Biver. Careful that.
We see 9 has just gone for the Soul Ring anyway, so it doesn't need the refill for mana at least, and he is still healthy and very well. Okay, so lane setups, it's pretty even for the swapping around from the two.
I mean, are you a fan of this getting the Soul Ring and the bottle on Mars?
It's fine. I mean, I think it's just Soul Ring is so valuable on the hero, and you're mid, so you have to get bottle. So yeah, why not?
You don't think it slows down other things too much? You think?
No,
in the mid roll.
Because in the mid roll, I think it's fine because you need the bottle so much, and I feel Soul Ring has no negative when you're mid when you have the VJ. And bottom.
He's done with a kill. He's gonna get it. I mean, he may lose his life for it. As no Shad, he doesn't want to commit back onto him. He's scared of the right clicks from 33. So Fata, he's gonna get away with that kill. They're sort of walking into the creeps and all, and taking out Seleri and not getting punished for it one bit.
It actually hurt Seleri a bit when Shad was spinning, because that means the barrage only hits the Crystal Maiden there. So that was actually kind of true. Play there is Fata, level 3. We see the runes checked out. It is going to be a good one for now. Skiter is getting gone on again up top. They're actually putting some decent pressure onto this Ursa. The Timber is farming fine.
Yeah,
he's in safe lane.
Yeah, he's totally good. With the 0-2-2. You know, it's just enough. He's never, you know, unless he really allows the build up from the Ursa, he's not under any threat. He's always getting away from these two.
Yeah, I guess that is also the fact that he doesn't have your normal supports. Like a lot of times you see like Ursa with like a Witch Doctor, CM, anything that lets you to get these hits. He's got, you know, Burst Spirit. Can't actually walk up versus Timber. Other hero would be a Gyro, so doesn't want to play Pow. That's a little more awkward for Skiter to actually get the hits off on them. Yeah, Kezu with a good start is always really nice. You know, at your Timber Saws, when you're able to get these type of lanes versus an Ursa, it's pretty impactful. You're going to have a pretty good level 6. You're going to have threats versus Mars at all stages too, and you're going to be much more served. Good stuff from Viking here. You know, Gold League slightly favoring on the side of Tundra at the moment.
See if we get any action here from the two mids. Ults are ready. You've got to watch these side lanes and
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
Very careful how far they try and push to one another. I mean, what do you sort of expect the build's going to be from Fata this game on a 5 Gyro? Like, what do you go for?
I think he should just go for Veil. He has Air Spirit and Nature's Prophet. It's just super valuable. If he's able to get it. If he's able to actually get any items, that is.
He's going to walk in a boom. Boom. Take a rocket barrage to the face there. Twice about attacking moves down on this bottom lane.
I've been waiting to see what the moves are going to be. As 9, he is looking to move around toward Boom. Let's have this regen.
Try and turn onto Fata. If they do enough damage here with the Blade Fury and the Frostbite, it's not going to be quite enough. Fata, he's just going to start turning and punch it back up, and the healing wall's down, but Shad's dead, and Fata's alive. He's able to walk away. 33's trying to find Seleri as well, but Seleri will be able to slow him. He's actually going to try and turn. He's got the backup of Boom, and Boom will jump in. They'll be able to get the trade here as Boom comes in and takes down 33 in return, but Shad dying there. I mean, it's sort of the second time where they're trying to use the Blade Fury aggressively, but at this point, just the level 2 Blade Fury, it's not enough damage.
Not versus Fata, he's got 800 HP. Gyro does have a pretty okay strength gain. You know, it's a support. It's not used to support, so he actually is able to tank it. I think there was a nice play by Seleri there, actually salving between attacks on the Frostbite, and actually ends up surviving. I think that actually saved him, but small things as he gets the scan on 33, tries to snipe Seleri.
Illusion.
See in the river, Biver. Tries to get the setup on Boom. They're going to missile, and 9 with the ult if he can close the gap.
They're going to chase.
It's going to be pretty deep, Boom.
Yeah, that's far.
TP's coming in as well. Shit, they're going to hold back the TPs. Enough to stop Tundra from chasing.
They have to be pretty scared of 9 on almost every single one of their heroes besides the Timber Saw. This is a very threatening Mars. All these squishy supports are easily dead from a spear into a Marzal every single time. So mid tower, they're trying to threaten with this timing here on Tundra. And it's really Kezu. If they want to defend this tower, they bring 3-4 heroes, or they have to bring Timber. They're gonna die.
He's having a bit of a tease here. See if they pull for the bait, but not the case. Aggressive jumps here from Boom.
Kezu has the mana to TP in if they do overcommit. Tundra does have to be careful to not chase too far to the tower, but they have great ways to fight right now. They have the Spear, they have the Mars ult, and they have the Wrath of Nature. The damage is going to be there if they catch a target.
Trying to set things up, Boom. He's in with the opening onto 9. They're going to follow. There's the TP in from Kezu. They got the first blow of the Mars. They do. He gets the arena out, but he's already gone down. Quick hold there from Viking around the mid this out. As you say, Kezi just being able to come over and provide that extra fire to burst through these tanky heroes.
And they made sure they controlled the Mars to the last second while Kezu gets in. So sure, Mars ult is used. Now it's like a double waste because he ended up dropping it while dying. And they quickly smoke. Immediately swing Kezu over as well. He needs to be there for the damage.
And they're going to be able to find something else by the looks of it. Biver. Can he get his way out of this though? Doesn't look like it. Kezu was able to block it off. He's able to take him down. Another kill to be found. Now they're going to start a poke around with Skiter. Kezu respects Skiter a little bit though. The ult is available to get it off before the stun's there. Spear comes in at the side. Clips it onto Aramis as Aramis goes down, but Skiter's been caught by the Remnant. Viking, they'll be able to take down the bear as well. As these moves from Viking just a little smarter than that Tundra's coming out with themselves.
Yeah, just a little bit quicker. I don't think Tundra expected that quick move from the two supports in the Timber to go up top as Rune will be secured by Boom. But yeah, some really nice fast moves from those two supports on Viking. Just really showing how much they need Kezu in the early game in particular, showing he has to be there to contribute the damage to get these kills. And they bring Boom in to get the cleanup, which is really nice. And Shad, he gets space. You know, he's having not the best game on the jug, still being a little bit, you know, troubled in the bottom lane, but gets some extra space himself. And now they persist for the tower onto mid. Guess who's got to come to defend?
He's set up with the Invis. He's going to try and jump from 33. 33 already right below. Kezu's coming in, but he's immediately been speared across to the tower. Kezu, is he going to get out? No, the wall is down. The arena will catch him on his attempted escape for 9. He's trapped through more, but he hasn't got quite enough damage. Seleri just holding his position with the ultimate. A spear knocks back Boom, but Boom, Seleri, Aramis, they're on the chase. Aramis able to clip 9 with the stun from a distance. As they'll be able to get 2 from that hold. They may have lost Kezu. They do lose the tower, but they do make sure that Tundra lose a couple of heroes for it.
Did you look at Seleri did 2,300 damage there. He just dies, of course, from Wrath of Nature at the end there, but he did quite a bit there. Kezu actually, I think he killed himself, right? He timber chained into the wall of the Mars, and it ends up being that last damage.
He was dead either way, right? He was like, he was dead if he did, dead if he did, because if he stood his position and went anywhere else, he wasn't getting out. So there was really no escape for Kezu there.
Yeah, he was screwed. Yeah, Seleri's able to get a good ult, and the tower does go down, so Tundra got what they came for. Decent from Viking, at least getting a couple return kills on the supports. Aramis with the finger, and then the return.
I mean, the range of this stun here, look at that. Oh.
Yeah. He's gonna have a good blink timing is what that means with those cleanup kills on that Lion.
Seleri after he got caught by that nature's ult.
What can you do?
No, I mean, you know, when you've been able to let off CM ult like that, you don't care about dying after it all. It's been pretty good after a team fight.
It was a 10-second CM ult.
Yep. So, you know, it doesn't happen every day.
Nope. As Skiter, he still comes top to look to farm. They're looking to punish him.
It's hard to
staying
do.
in that top area.
Yeah,
it's hard.
They know that they're off the map here, Tundra, and are ready to protect him if they do go on him. See if Biver can set things up. He's over to Boom. He's in with the stun. They've got the wall down. They've locked him down perfectly.
Fair enough. Tundra's team fight is quite strong when they have all 3 up. You know, that magnetize, that call down, that arena blood as well. They all combo pretty nicely. It's actually what, exactly 100 seconds on all 3. Yeah, 90, 100, and 90. So when they do have all 3 of those up, the team fight for them, they should have damage to be able to deal with Kezu a lot of the times. Kezu at least now has Hood, so can also tank through it pretty decently. And it is all time for Shad to buy time for Shad to have to farm. Yeah. As he does need a lot of it.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
I mean, their lineup as well, outside of their ults, it's not like they have to have those ults to make plays. Or you think they do, Tundra?
I think they actually kind of do.
You think they're pretty important? Okay.
Yeah, it's just because I feel Kezu's going to show up to every one of the fights, and I feel like they do need all of them on top of Kezu. Everyone else, sure. They're probably going to die from the rest of like small little damage and small little spell commitments, but Kezu, they have to commit everything on.
I'm interested. I feel like Shad, I mean, is he going to be able to keep up with the Ursa this game?
I don't feel like he is, and it doesn't feel like it's going to be an easy jug game by any means. He's versus like Treants in the fights. He's versus Mars and Natural Omnis counter. There's Enrage. It does not feel easy for Shad at any points in the game. He has to just itemize. He has to just play for items. Like, literally go for like the Shard so that his Blade Flurry is doing all this damage and all that. And it's going to be weird fights for him. It does not feel easy to be a jug in this game. That's Blink on 9.
And is Maelstrom still the best way to go, even in the game where you are against a Nature's Prophet?
Yeah, Yeah, I think so.
You just Battle Fury Jug, you think just doesn't play out as nicely?
It's too slow. It just doesn't feel good. It doesn't synergize either with Blade Fury, and it doesn't give you attack speed. That's the biggest thing. Is Maelstrom will give you attack speed when you get Mjolnir, which is just the most critical thing for Omni Slash. Battle Fury is just dead damage. You're not getting extra slashes, nothing. Last few times that Team Battle Fury picked up on Jug, it was very underwhelming in comparison.
That's bounty.
So they have to blink on Aramis. Yeah, okay, so they have blink on their line super early on, so they have a form of initiation on the side of Viking well, but Tundra, they have this big Mars, this huge block of the fights, and the big blanket of damage from Magnetize and Call Down on top. Feels tough for Viking. Shad?
Radiant's middle tower is
He was
under
ready now.
attack.
He was a little greedy. They had scanned Tundra on the high ground, so Chad knew that they were coming for him.
He had TP on cooldown for 2 seconds when he started
It was-
the fit, so that would have been like the most depressing time.
I mean, he's a team player, you know. He's like, guys, I'm going for that bounty room. I know they're up there, but I'm going for it.
Biver
Bounty.
almost throws out the Omni on him.
Take that one. Bounty away from them. No, mid lane.
Aramis, they find 9.
He's got his blink. Oh!
Oh, doesn't have vision.
And would have been a risky move to make anyway. This stage, you know, tower's still up. You don't want to fight into this area if you're Viking.
Yeah, if he was still on the low ground, then perhaps you can commit really hard, but yeah.
I mean, even then, you know, committing on the low ground in the river when you don't know what's up there, that's spooky.
They're at least able to keep tabs this whole time. They have this really nice deep ward, just watching Skiter. So they know that the Ursa, how he's farming, everything that's going on. They know he's 12. They know he's got the Battle Fury. So they can pick and choose their fights. They also see this right side here. They see 9. They see Fata. So Viking has a ton of information on the map. What do they want to make of it? For now, it just seems like they want to chill back and farm. Boom. He has to be careful. There is an Orchid done on this Nature's Prophet, and Boom is very naked. I don't think we pointed that out. He literally just has
I
phase
was
2
going to
ults.
say, and you can see on the network falling behind a little bit, even though he's had quite a good impact. You know, 3, 1, and 3, but the farm definitely falling behind. Biver, he's trying to get something started, but he's going straight Arena of Blood. I mean, the Arena of nothing. Arena of diddly squat.
At least he had an Arcane Rune. No, it's a big whiff. So 50 seconds, it will be back up. If Viking looks to punish with that timing. They ping the top tower. Maybe they can catch Skiter. Skiter might actually be lucky that there's no camp there.
He's got an ult. It's hard to...
It is. But they got the blink with them. Yeah. They'll be able to get away. Boom. Can't connect with the roll, and he will commit for the Yule Scepter. He was hanging on to his gold for a very long time, like he wasn't sure what to get or something.
I mean,
Does need the Yules.
he does. He's got to play it safe.
Yeah, he's playing versus double silences. There's an Orchid, there's an Earth Spirit. You're gonna have to attempt some protection.
Lines here, Quicksilver amulet for the bear. So wants that.
Ooh, the Philly. All right, get that to Seleri.
Right, we've got the. See what Boom takes. They do have the Grove buff. Can always be nice on the Void Spirit or people with the Astral. Did that magic resisting buff on them.
Yeah, a lot of people just keep Faded Brooch. They just love move speed. King.
Yeah, sure.
DPC. Both teams farming Shad. He doesn't have Manta. They're actually setting up on him. Orchid.
Oh, and they've got the opening. Straight away with the silence, the Spirit, the Arena. Oh, the walk away. Cool guys don't look at explosions. They knew he was dead to the Arena damage and the Soul Burn as they step away. They don't need to risk their position anymore close to that tower. As they get a very, very smooth kill onto Shad.
They have that ward placed up too, so they know there's no backup coming for him. Very nice, and that slows down a lot of momentum. Ursa now with Battle Fury able to farm crazy fast. They'll get a kill on Biver, but I don't think you mind this as Tundra. You're getting such free farm for Ursa. You're cutting down Jug. This feels really good for
To
Tundra.
restore
Shad,
the void
he's not
within.
that far behind, but it's just the fact that if this continues as it is, Skiter is just gets so far ahead with his Battle Fury in comparison to what Shad's able to achieve on the map, and Boom's game continues to sort of
Dire's
hover in a
bottom
position
tower
where,
is under
especially
attack.
when he's been pressured to go for this Yule's first build, it's now going to be very hard for him to have that impact. You're not going to see a quick Ags, and if he's not having some big influence in the team fights, then this is where this sort of Void Spirit hero can fall off a bit.
It really feels like they're gonna have to just out execute the hell out of Tundra, because I don't see their team fights looking too good. I know I said this last game.
I mean,
as well,
they did do it last game, right?
This one feels,
you know,
this one feels harder though. The Jug just, he doesn't have that matchup. Like all these cores are actually good versus him. Ursa, the Nature's Prophet, even the Mars, they're pretty good versus a Jug, especially if you're not ahead in the game as a Jug. They can actually tank through it, and they just have a lot of different ways to play around your Omni Slash and just, you know, even control you.
33 ready for the next fight, so.
And they've actually given Shad the growth bow, so just that attack speed, I guess, and just magic resistance Maelstrom. Okay.
Yeah, that's true. Actually, yeah, I see it. Yeah.
He doesn't have any stats though. It's like a 13 HP.
He's squishy. Oh, Aramis.
Very squishy.
He jumps in. He's found Fata with the back of a Kezu. They'll be able to burst him. Knight, he's going to go for the TP out. And Omni Slash coming in, but Knight with the TP is away. It's not enough damage. The Omni Slash as Knight. He's able to stand his ground and TP back to base.
That would have been such a big hit for them too, getting 2 targets off the map. They could have gotten some nice wards out, gotten some good control, maybe even threatened Roche area. He's able to walk away. At least committed, but yeah, that's rough.
That's a bit of a statement play there where Nine can just stand there, take a full Omni Slash and get out alive.
This is a farmed Mars as well. 9 is going to have a good timing on his BKB too. All 3 cores are going to have excellent timing on Tundra. They might actually all hit triple BKB timing pretty soon. And then, yeah, Viking, it already feels hard for them to take any fight into 3 BKBs. Like, Kezu's just useless nothing at that point.
I mean, the whole team.
On the timber.
I mean, who's going to do anything through a BKB? Nobody. They've got nothing at this stage of the game.
They'll have to get the instant. So that's the one thing they do have. They have the Lion. So they can get the quick initiations, quick jumps, and quick assassination. But they have to be very smooth about it. And it really feels like they have to out-execute the hell out of this game for them to have a hope versus Tundra. Tundra's just getting everything they want on the map. Even though they've got the 10 kills, it's not enough. Skiter's just chilling. You know, this is a dream as a carry player. You know, you're just in your triangle the whole game.
He's getting a lot, yeah. And a game as well that, you know, Viking, one of the things that was more open than the last game. You know, Roshan this time round, this isn't a lineup that can really sneak into Roche. I mean, at all. No. I mean, these heroes aren't taking Roche safely unless the whole of Tundra's dead. And of course, whereas on the other side, Tundra, they kill one hero, they're going to be easily able to step into the Roche pit and take it without caring if Viking even know that they're in there to a point at this stage.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
Kezu has to sit in this area and just keep throwing this shot from in there. They're not even able to push out the bottom lane, which is always a concern. You see the Dire playing like this, they can't even force bottom at all. It's always scary. They have to just keep playing around Roche, keep looking for these pickoffs for their team with this Blink Dagger. Aramis, not quite level 12 either, so still level 1 finger, unfortunately. And they find 33, but they got the Hex, and they will find it.
Aramis in with the opening, they'll burst him down.
Still the level 1 finger though, so 160-second cooldown, not the 100-second cooldown for him. But at least a nice pickoff, and maybe with the number advantage, they can look to take the fight.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
He'll scout them out, and Fata's actually going. He's gonna go for the Vessel. There's double ways to dispel for Kezu anyway, but he wants to at least have that there. Not going for that Veil build-up that I thought he might. Kezu.
Biver.
Gonna try to go on him.
He's getting the kickback into the silence. Kezu. He's gonna self-load. Is he able to get away from this? He's gonna self-fuels with the arenas down, and he's trapped. There's no escape for Kezu.
Nice snag by Biver.
Yeah.
It's kicking him even more out of position, and that was quite out of position
Roche.
for Kezu.
That's Roche. This is a one kill. One kill. Tundra's lineup. Do Roche without any difficulty. Of course, having the Ursa and the Prophet on their lineup.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
This one's
tough. I mean, as you said last game was tough. This one is definitely on another level here for Viking. They may just be 3k down. Their lineup is it's not easy to play into this. A team where Skiter, level 18, got his core items done, the Battle Fury, Blink, BKB. Whatever he gets next, you're going to be terrified of it.
Yeah.
GG.
It's a very different game for them this game. Like last one, you know, it's that tide, that DK. you have to force the issue. Well, I say you have to. You want to be just playing at an advantage like the whole game and just pressuring objectives and all that. This one, they're just they're counter drafted. This jug pick, Shad, I don't feel like he has any position in the game where he's the strongest hero on the map. The core matchups are just really tough for him, and
Radiant's
yeah, Boom, I want to say he
attack.
struggled this game. He's 3-1 and 5, but it feels like he has struggled.
Dire's top tower
Unable to
is
actually
under
fight
attack.
versus the draft of
Dire's
Tundra.
structures are fortified. Radiant's bottom
Still yet
tower
to see
is under
Viking
attack.
get a solid team fight under their belt, and more and more to a point where it's a lot harder to see what happen. Boom. Yeah, 1,000
Dire's
up with the
top
axe.
tower is under attack.
They need the Axe for the team fight presence. Like when I just look at it on
Radiant's
paper,
bottom
like
tower is under
Gyrocopter,
attack.
Mars, Earth Spirit, that team fight that
Radiant's
comes in is just
structures are
overwhelming. And then a Wrath of Nature bouncing through. Vikings team
Dire's
fight,
top tower
it's like your
is under
CMOs, your
attack.
Lion, Hex, Fingers. It's
Dire's
much more
top
single
tower
target, much more
fallen.
kill one target and just get a number advantage immediately and kill another target. Their actual team fight is quite lackluster. You get. It just feels hard because that feels like you're playing into Tundra's hand where they have this great late game with Nature's Prophet Ursa and Mars Tricolor. Set up for bottom, Fata.
Just having to tread very carefully around Tundra. And not really the ideal spot for their draft to be in.
Seeds of fortune.
They gotta try to get some pick-off targets. It's hard though. Tundra's reading the map and they're moving as a unit. They're never really they're not sending too often a hero by itself to get caught in these lanes. They always have someone sitting behind them. Because that is the opportunities. That's where Viking is good. You know, blink, stun, finger, omni slash, they can take out a target and get enough. The Tundra's just in pairs every time I'm seeing them. Like Biver, Skiter together, Fata and 9 together, and then 33 is just, he's backing up one of those duos when he sees the opportunity.
Radiant
It was
are
possible.
scanning.
And do you sort of like the decision from Shad to pick up the Shard as early as he did in his build this game as the jug?
I think he has to just feel like
Yeah.
he does anything in the fight. Like,
Okay.
yeah, otherwise he's literally just a walking omni slash, carrying the fight. He has to have his spin do something else too. But he isn't a triple BKB, so perhaps it's not going to help anyway. It's not an easy game for the
Well,
Jug.
now he's into a
keep
bash.
reiterating.
So, you know, if he's trying to stand there with the Blade Fury and fight back, there's
Yeah.
a huge chance that he's going to be held in position and Skeeter's just going to tear him apart.
Look how they're playing. Like, Shad hasn't hit a creep in over a minute. He's just been sitting in the side tree lines waiting for a single hero opportunity for them to get that pick. But yeah, Tundra's they're still just not giving them the chances. Everyone's playing buddy system, holding hands. Now they're grouped up. They're ready to go for the tower push. And now Viking, they can't take the fight versus them. They can't take this versus the 5-man.
Dire's
Skeeter's
bottom
feeling strong
tower
too. He
is
has
under attack.
Aegis, so he's actually swinging around looking for opportunities with Biver. They can kill. These two it's a kill duo on most heroes.
Dire's bottom
across the
tower
map.
has fallen.
Biver. Connection onto Kezu, Skeeter. For Boom. Boom well away with the jumps.
They're just dodging. just terrifyingly running away from the side of Tundra.
Earth's bounty.
This is one of those depressing games though, where it really just feels so tough for Viking, and it feels like they're like waiting for a timing, but I don't know what that timing is, and I don't know if it'll help them now that they have the Ags at least finished on the Void Spirit. But is that gonna actually help versus 3 BKB heroes, 3 BKB cores? They got to do it perfect on Viking.
A little tip off there from Seleri as Biver did
Dire's
dismiss the boulder smash.
structures are fortified.
Ended up kicking him to safety instead. Won't be too fussed about that. He knows that this game's still in pretty solid position here for Tundra. 5k ahead. But they really do just take what they want from the map. Viking are having to keep their distance.
They can go out now, Viking. The Aegis is getting reclaimed. If they can get the Hex, if they can get the burst on one target, they can win the fight with numbers, perhaps.
Dire's
Let's see who
middle
they get.
tower
If
is
they
under
get somebody.
Can they get
Tundra?
that? I mean, Tundra seems so prepared
had
to
a war.
fight. Biver, he's gonna roll and he's gonna get a Hex, but they want to try and blow him up. They look towards him. Can they take him down? They can, but now the arena's at 9. He's got the lockdown onto Shad. Shad just taken out immediately as the fight kicks off, as he's pinned down to the wall. Boom and Kezu trying to make their way out of this, but a missile heading over to the way of the Void Spirit. Seleri holding his ground with the ult, but Boom goes down. 33 with the BKB bomb to Skiter with the enrage, ready back towards Seleri, takes down the Crystal Maiden, silenced it onto Aramis. They'll run down the line as well. As Kezu, the only man surviving, everybody else on Viking going down. As you say, you know, there was a little window. Maybe they could try and run them down, look to do something once the Aegis expired. But Tundra, they're just too far ahead and were far too prepared for that attempt from Viking.
They had a ward on the high ground too. They saw them for a second. They get the perfect grab. 9, he gets literally the best target he could spear. He spears the jug. He gets bashed, gets first. He's focused by Ursa. There's just no hope for Viking in the fight.
Bottom tower is under attack.
That positioning there. We see like the full counter. It's much easier execution for ease of execution for Tundras. The Mars ult gets dropped. Everyone clicks their ultimate down, and they can just all fight inside of it. While Viking, it has to be so precise and just so difficult to actually execute.
It certainly feels like it.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
Boom.
He's going to try something. He jumped it twice, but he's going to get spin. He's just gone. What was he doing?
Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
Dying.
I mean, if players like that are going to start coming out, I think
Dire's
Vikings probably just starting to think about the third game.
I think so. I honestly don't. It feels too difficult to fight. Like I don't see how Shad can ever do anything. And now it's like, even after that, even before this last fight, like now it's 14k. They all have like this extra item all picked up too on top of it all. It's feeling really impossible. I feel the same when you're double astral stepping on high ground.
Skiter, 3 and 2. Time 11 and 13. % there all time. He's nearly, you know, with this win, he's going to be 1 game toward % win. On the plus side, though, this does mean that we are en route to getting a game 3, and of a series that we talked about in the panel that carries so much weight. Sense that the loser of this best of 3, they're going down to Division 2. We'll see it here. Boom, just feeling that there was an opportunity to burst through Fata, but even if Fata was alone, this support gyro is not an easy kill.
I'm pretty sure they had a ward on the south side there that saw it more. So I think he just, I think it's like you said, you know, they're probably thinking about a lot more of the next one, because this one is really feeling just impossible. There's no hope for Shad.
No, they
had a decent fights, but decent fights in the mid game, but versus all this, it's just overwhelming team fight and just not good core matchups. You know, they've got the Timber, who's cool versus the Mars in the early game, but once they've all got BKBs, he doesn't have a place in the game either. Timber can really fall behind very quickly versus. It's just smooth sailing for Tundra. The 5 gyro, by the way.
Well, I mean, that's going to be something that I think is going to give Tundra quite a bit of confidence going into the deciding game of this. That they've been able to pull out something that's very much their style. You know, but we do not see everybody pulling out the 5 gyro. They've done it here, and it's looked pretty brilliant. I mean, 4-1 on 5, and playing in a lane where you were into a Juggernaut. And the lane did not go well for the Juggernaut.
No, I think it's really because of that tri-lane, right? Like, Jug's levels were affected heavily. So when he spins, it's a lower level spin, and Gyro can tank versus. I saw the early game items Fata got too. He had like Raindrop, he had some like stat, and then he rushed Tranquils. He was kind of tanky. He was actually harder for them to burst, and he did get given the lane at the start because of the wacky lane shenanigans swapping him. So he was a little over leveled, and it worked beautifully. You know, it put them in this position. The laning phase for sure.
Oh, you see.
As they've only lost 1 tower too.
He's having a grand time. 4-1 on 5. And about the same farm that I have on Gyro when I'm playing it as carry.
Yep.
So 5 rock.
I really wanted him to get a shard, but I don't think he needed it this game.
You two, follow me!
He did have it queued up, actually.
He did, right? I saw him have it. I don't think he needs it. I think it's just your cores will win you the game. You're just a walking call down.
Oh, here we go, Skiter.
The jump.
He's on to Kezu. Kezu, he's got the Lotus, but it's already too much here with the swipe stacking up. They're over towards Shad as well. Shad's got a run, but the arena's down and again. They've caught him on the wall. This time, he'll get the Omni stack off, but I don't even think it's doing any damage. I think he might want to get a refund on that spell. swap. It's definitely going to be back to the drawing board here for Viking,
Is under attack.
as they're going to have to come in with a new approach in game 3 as this second game,
Dire's bottom tower
Tundra
is
are just
falling.
smashing them.
Dire's bottom
Yeah,
barracks are under attack.
I'm surprised they actually haven't GG'd out. Maybe just talking about what did go wrong and what they felt like they could have done better.
Dire's bottom barracks is falling.
Because this one it really felt like it got out of hand. They just couldn't make moves. They felt like they had to play it so perfect with their rotations. Like they did have those nice early rotations in mid and the swing to top, but anytime where there was downtime, it just felt like it benefited theirs so much. That's them playing into these big cooldown ultis and it's just giving them time to refresh everything too.
Dire's
Solid
middle
stuff there.
barracks are under
Tundra
attack.
as, well, we're going to have to jump over towards 9-9. He's getting pretty low, is Seleri. Can he finish him off? Oh, he's trying his best, but he can't quite do it. 9. He's going to be able to live. There's going to be a buyback from Boom. Seleri.
Okay.
Turns with a frostbite. Seleri's still alive. The stun locked down, but Biver comes crashing back in. They'll look to 33. BKB's popped as he turns towards Kezu. Kezu trying to step away. Biver guns. He gives vision for the Nature's Wrath to come in and take down Aramis. Another buyback comes out from Viking as they are keeping the racks alive in the mid lane. Melee racks still kept safe there, Boom. Jump over towards 33, but the arena's back down. Shad with the Brave Hero will be able to dodge the speed. He's got to keep his distance there. They've killed on 33, but 33's ready to come back into the fight with the buyback. He's keeping to the base. See what sort of plans they can find here. Silence set up onto the Void Spirit. Skiter ready to go with the spikes. Boom, can he jump out of this? He's got to simulate back up. He's over and he's away as him and Shad carry themselves back to base on incredibly low HP. They will try and make it, but they're not going to be able to find the safety of their fountain as 9 is in with the burst, catches Boom, also has the spear set up onto Kezu. As Kezu, he wants 9, he really wants to get him, but he's silenced. Is he going to be able to get the burst out? Timber chain, and he'll be able to find the kill here, Kezu. And the healing ward is what is keeping him alive. Yours will stop his escape with the timber chain. Shad's put over towards the side. He's got Omni stacked up in a second with the silence to the match. He can't remove it in time with the Manta. As Shad goes down, GG is cool. That's Tundra. They'll take this game 2. And with that, the series now 1-1. This second game, Tundra, it just looks incredibly solid. Really, there was very little it felt that Viking could ever do in this game after a certain point, which was rather early on.
Yeah, just too much pressure being applied on all fronts. They lost their 3 towers super